What's up, football fans? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the latest NFL news, break down the moves that matter, and give you that real talk you won't get anywhere else. Today, we've got something big to cover that might have slipped under your radar, but it's going to have a huge impact on how the 2025 season plays out, especially in the trenches. That's right, we're talking about Andrew Wylie, the veteran offensive lineman, and what his recent contract restructure means for the Washington Commanders and their entire offensive line strategy heading into the new season. So sit tight, grab a snack, because this one is for the real football heads who understand that games are won not just by quarterbacks or wide receivers but in the dirt, in the grind, at the line of scrimmage. Now, let's take it back a little. Andrew Wylie is not some random journeyman. This guy is a battle-tested vet, a Super Bowl champion, and a player who's been through the wars of the NFL. He was originally undrafted back in 2017, which already tells you a lot about his journey. The league didn't give him anything. He earned every snap, every contract, every ounce of respect. After bouncing around practice squads and short stints early in his career, he found his groove with the Kansas City Chiefs, where he became a dependable starter. He played multiple positions on that offensive line, showing his versatility, grit, and that no-nonsense blue-collar mindset. He was part of that Chiefs unit that protected Patrick Mahomes during multiple playoff runs, including their Super Bowl victories, and while he's never been considered an elite tackle in the mold of a Trent Williams or Lane Johnson, Wylie has built a career on being solid, coachable, and resilient. Fast forward to Washington, where he signed a 3-year deal to be a key piece on the Commanders' offensive front. But let's be honest, his 2023 and 2024 seasons were rocky at times. There were moments where Wylie struggled, especially in pass protection, drawing criticism from fans and analysts. At times, it felt like he was getting beat too often on the edge, or taking penalties that stalled drives. But then, at other moments, he looked like that steady vet who knew his assignments and could hold down the right side. It's been a mixed bag, but if you look at the full picture, he still brought value to a line that desperately needed experience. The Commanders, over the past few seasons, have been rebuilding not just in terms of players but their entire identity. New coaching staff, new front office, and now, the franchise quarterback of the future in Jayden Daniels. Everything is being shaped around this new era, and protecting their young QB has to be the #1 priority. That's where Wylie comes back into focus. This offseason, Wylie agreed to a contract restructure, and this is where things get interesting. He essentially gave up nearly $4 million in non-guaranteed salary for 2025 in exchange for something more meaningful, financial security and a locked-in roster spot. The Commanders guaranteed a portion of his salary, gave him a signing bonus, added some performance-based bonuses like per-game active roster incentives, and made it clear Wylie is part of this team's short-term plan. It's a win-win deal. The team saves valuable cap space, which they can now allocate toward younger players, depth signings, or extensions for rising stars. And Wylie gets to stay in a system he knows, with coaches he trusts, and avoids the uncertainty of free agency where the market for older, mid-tier linemen can be brutal. This move is smart football management. It's the kind of thing that good front offices do. They don't just chase flashy names or big free agents, they build stability with smart, strategic decisions. And retaining Wylie, under better financial terms, fits that mold. Now, let's talk about impact. What does this actually mean on the field? Well, first off, Wylie provides continuity. Offensive lines thrive on chemistry, on reps, on communication. Swapping guys in and out constantly kills momentum. With Wylie back, you keep that glue intact. He's not going to blow you away with athleticism, but he knows the system, understands protections, and can mentor younger linemen. That's huge, especially when your quarterback is still learning the ropes. For Jayden Daniels, every extra second in the pocket is gold. And Wylie, even if he's not perfect, knows how to keep his quarterback upright. You also have to consider the leadership angle. Wylie is a veteran voice in the locker room, someone who's been to the top of the mountain. That experience matters, especially for a young offense that's still finding its identity. A guy like Wiley can steady the ship when things go sideways, keep the O-line group accountable, and serve as that calming presence during tough stretches. There's also the versatility factor. Wiley can slide inside if needed, play guard in a pinch, and that kind of flexibility is critical during the long grind of a 17-game season where injuries are inevitable. Now, we're not pretending he's the second coming of Joe Thomas. Wiley has had his fair share of struggles. His pass blocking efficiency dipped in 2023, and he allowed too many pressures early in the year. But to his credit, he bounced back in the second half of the season, cleaned up his technique, and became more consistent. That shows you something. It shows you a guy who's still coachable, still improving, still fighting. And those are the kind of guys you want on your roster. Plus, let's be real, offensive linemen don't get the spotlight, but they are the engine of any offense. Without them, your fancy new quarterback ends up running for his life. Just ask the teams that ignored their O-line needs and watched their seasons fall apart. Washington clearly understands this, and the Wiley restructure signals that they're trying to build this team the right way from the inside out. You've also got to look at the financial chess game here. Freeing up a few million in cap space might not seem like much on the surface, but in today's NFL, that money can be the difference between signing a solid rotational edge rusher, bringing in a vet cornerback, or locking down one of your own guys before they hit the open market. Every dollar matters, and the Commanders just got more flexible without losing a key piece. So as we head into the 2025 season, here's the bottom line: Andrew Wiley might not be a headline grabber, but his decision to restructure and stick around could be a defining move for this offense. He gives them stability, experience, depth, and cap flexibility, all of which are priceless when you're grooming a rookie quarterback and trying to change the culture. It's moves like these, not just splashy trades or signings, that quietly build winning rosters. For Commanders fans, this should be a sign that the front office has a plan, and they're not just throwing darts. They're building brick by brick, and Wiley is one of those bricks. Now, whether he starts all 17 games, rotates with a younger tackle, or becomes a mentor behind the scenes, he's going to have an impact. And if you're Jaden Daniels, you're probably sleeping a little easier knowing there's a vet out there watching your blind side. So now I turn it over to you. Do you think keeping Wiley was the right move? Would you have rather seen the team go after someone younger, maybe more athletic, or do you agree that experience and chemistry are worth their weight in gold? Hit the comments below and let me know what you think. And if you're as hyped for the 2025 season as I am, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn those notifications on so you don't miss a single breakdown, rumor, or roster update. We've got more player profiles, draft previews, and in-season breakdowns coming your way every week. Thanks for rocking with me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.